Have you ever started a Mary's Mini with the best intentions and then somehow, somewhere down the line, you start reaching for stuff that's not on the plan whatsoever? We've been there. I've been there. You've been there. We've all been there. The secret isn't more willpower. The secret is, what are my two favorite words? Meal prep. That's right. Today I'm going to show you exactly how I meal prep for success on a Mary's Mini. And if you don't know what a Mary's Mini is, I'll add a couple of my other Mary Minis meal prep. It is basically the Starch solution downsized to a very, 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 very simple diet. We'll just put it as a diet. It's kind of like a reset. We make it super simple. And today I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you some time-saving tips. I'm going to show you how to break it down, but still make it flavorful and have some good nutrition in it. I've also got a little printout for you, or you can go over to the Facebook group. I actually posted it. We're going to do a Mary's Mini, and I printed out a little cheat sheet. So it'll tell you what you can have, what you can't have, and then it'll just give a guide. You can put it on your fridge. That's what I like to do. It does keep it very simple. So what you're going to do for your Mary's Mini is you're going to pick out your starch. And so your starches could be a sweet potato, a regular potatoes, a grain of some sort. The only things you're not allowed to use are root vegetables like carrots, beets, or turnips, corn, winter squash, and then you can do the whole grains, and that would be rice or quinoa. You can do farro, things like that. I just find that a little bit more difficult to do for all your meals. And then you're going to match them basically with non-starchy vegetables. It's almost like doing 50-50 plates all the time. And don't forget, you can also still get my free ebook. I'll put the link down below also. My free ebook will teach you how to cook oil-free, and it'll also give you some of my favorite recipes that some of them you can use actually for the Mary's Mini, and some you can use afterwards. But you know this potato queen is picking potatoes. Now, you're not supposed to switch between regular potatoes and sweet potatoes. So if you pick sweet potatoes, you got to stay with sweet potatoes. And the normal Mary's Mini goes for 10 days. You can do it as short as 1 day, 2 days, 5 days. I normally do like 7 days, sometimes just depending on what's happening and where I'm doing, what I'm doing, things like that. So I am obviously doing potatoes. And let me just introduce myself. My name is Vicki-Lynne, and this is Vegan with Vicki-Lynne. If you're new here, I share whole food, plant-based recipes and tips and tricks. I cook with 0 oil, and I follow the Starch solution, and I am on a journey to still lose weight. I have lost 100 pounds already. I still have probably 30 pounds to go, and that I've slowed down a little bit. You know, consistency is important, and I'm trying to always get back up on the horse on that one. So stick with me. We're going to do this one together. And I want to teach you how affordable a whole food plant-based diet can be, or a lifestyle as I like to say it. I don't feel like I'm on a diet. I don't really like that word. I believe it is a lifestyle. And I'm just going to continue, and I hope that you guys join along. You can join our group, and you can start and stop your Mary's Mini whenever it's convenient for you. Again, I do a lot of 50-50 plates. I like keeping things simple. Simple is easier. You're not going to have to think a lot. So what we're going to do today, I'm going to show you, I just got back from a trip, and the video before this will have shown you how I was saving things before I left. So we're actually going to use the stuff that I still have in the house that I'm preparing. We are going to go for some groceries today, and that's just more for some more fresh vegetables and stuff. My husband wants fruit. Fruit is not on the Mary's Mini at this point. Some of the Mary's Mini has been upgraded to 1 piece of fruit a day by Dr. John McDougall, so that's totally up to you. and I'll just see how I do. So I am going to start with my russet potatoes. I am going to put them into my Instant Pot. And again, meal prepping is what really makes this lifestyle, and especially a Mary's Mini, very, very easy. Is if you have stuff already prepared, then you're not going to have a problem. So I'm doing about, I'm going to say 5 to 7 pounds. This is what I had left of my russet potatoes. They're going to go into my Instant Pot. So I have a little bit of water. We're just going to get this going. And unfortunately, my plugs don't reach very far, so I'm just going to, I have it over here to the side. And I'm going to cook them for about 12 minutes. Now, I do my russets like this because, one, I can eat them cold if I wanted to. Two, I like them pre-cooked because all I have to do, thank you, is slice them up any way I want them and put them into my air fryer. They're already cooked. My husband likes them just cut in half and actually microwaved and put pico de gallo on them at supper time, so that makes it super easy. The other things that I still had were some of these red potatoes that I am actually going to peel and make mashed potatoes, and I'm going to make a big pot of mashed potatoes. If you've seen my waffle potatoes, mashed potatoes, I'll put that one up here for you, and also my mashed potato fries, which I love. They are the best things. Those and the waffles are like some of my best things that I love with mashed potatoes. And who am I kidding? This girl loves just a big bowl of mashed potatoes heated up. I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to peel those. I'm just going to cook them and I'll mash them. I'll probably, actually, I do not have any plant milk left. So I am just going to mash them with a little bit of the cooking liquid that's left, which is fine. And I'm going to leave those plain. Easy peasy. The other thing that I still had left in my fridge was this cabbage. This is what I love about root vegetables. Cabbage is great, and I'm probably either going to fry that up or braise it. And then I also have carrots. Now I have carrots. I'm not just 2 carrots. I have carrots. I'm cooking carrots. I don't want you to think I'm cooking 2 carrots. This is the carrots I'm using to go with a couple of the potatoes that I'm going to make my cheese sauce. So my cheese sauce is allowed on this because it's carrots and potatoes and some nutritional yeast and just some seasoning and stuff. So I'll also put my cheese sauce up here. I think I'm going to redo my recipe because I think my original recipe had cashews in it. I don't always use cashews. Most of the time I never use cashews, but if you're looking for like a more silky kind of fatty, you can put cashews in it. But for the most part, I never do. That was at the beginning of my journey, like a couple of years ago. So we're going to make our cheese sauce, and then we're just going to cook up our vegetables. Then our fridge is going to be full, and then I'm going to get some more vegetables because let me tell you, when you're doing the Mary's Mini, you can eat as much as you want. So you're not going to be hungry. You're going to have your plate and you're going to have 50% basically of your potatoes and 50% basically of your non-starchy. And if you're hungry, you can have more non-starchy or you can have more starchy or both or whatever. This is why I love it. So you can just basically eat as much as you want. And I normally do drop a lot of water and some weight. So if you want, you can Google back into the rest of my Mary's Minis, and I have lost a nice little chunk of weight. And I'm not going to say it's all fat because it's not, guys. Like, you're not going to lose 10 pounds of fat in 1 week or anything like that. So don't fall for those. But you are going to lose water. You're also removing a bunch of stuff from your diet that you normally would probably be consuming. And that's what makes it so great, because you're actually just keeping things super simple and you're just eating to sustain yourself and your body's liking it. honest to goodness, I love the Mary's Mini. So just so you know, some of the condiments that you can have are veggie broth, salsa, mustard, ketchup, sriracha, hot sauce, nutritional yeast, and soy sauce, basically. The things you shouldn't have, or you're not, according to the Mary's Mini, of course, is fruit, processed sugar or substitutes, processed grains, gravies or sauces. Now, the cheese sauce, it falls within line because we're not using any flour or anything in it. Nuts or nut butters, avocados, coconut, chocolate, alcohol, tofu, or oil of any kind, which we already don't cook with oil. So, and there we go. Let's get cooking. We have our carrots and our potatoes cut up for our cheese sauce. Going to put those on the stove and bring them to a boil and let them cook till they're tender, and we're going to blend that up and make our delicious cheese sauce. All right, so our potatoes are done in the Instant Pot. I've peeled my other potatoes. They're just starting to cook. So I have my cabbage, and I'm going to probably do like cabbage steaks and season those. And then I peeled a bunch of carrots. Now don't forget, when you're peeling your veggies, keep your scraps, put them in the freezer or whatever, and I use those to make my veggie stock, so it's basically free. This is how you can eat well for less. So I'm just going to cut off the end here. And I do mine about an inch. You could do yours any way you want. So we're just going to season these. I'm just going to use this organic no salt seasoning from Costco. We're just going to generously season these. And then I'm putting these in the oven at 350 just till they're tender. I'm going to do the same thing with the carrots. I'm just going to slice them up, put some seasoning on them, probably garlic on those ones, and let them cook probably 20 minutes. All right, so we're going to make our cheese sauce right now. There we go. Got our blender here. We're just going to put in our carrots. Actually, there's not that much juice. I think I'm just going to dump it. There we go. I'm going to add in some garlic. And again, just play with the recipe, guys. I'm going to add some turmeric to make it look cheesy. And I like adding turmeric to almost everything. I like to add a little bit of cayenne or pepper, whatever you want to add. We want the turmeric to work, so it needs the capsicum. I'm going to use a little bit of smoked paprika, a little apple cider vinegar or lemon juice, anything you want to use here. Now I sometimes use miso paste, but I'm not going to use it today. I am going to use my sweet and spicy mustard. You could also use yellow mustard. That would also be really good in here. And then, of course, nutritional yeast for that cheesy flavor. And I thought I had onion powder. Oh, I do have onion powder. Duh. Isn't that why we have a spice rack? I am so used to having bigger containers of everything. So onion powder, and then we're going to give this a blend, and then you're going to just keep tasting it and just adjusting it to whatever you like. So our potatoes are done. I'm just mashing them. I just left a little bit of the cooking liquid in there. And again, if you like to use a hand blender, you could do that too. I like mine to be kind of rustic. And then of course season them the way you like them. I am going to add in some of this no salt seasoning because we're going to be making waffles with it. We're going to be making some of the fries with it. Now to make your fries, we're going to put them in a container and we're just going to put those in the fridge overnight, and we'll make fries in the air fryer tomorrow. All right, so are you in? Are you in for this Mary's Mini? Come and join us. We're going to have a great time. See the results. I promise you, you're going to have some results, whether it be little or small. It will reset you and get you back into eating cleanly again. And come join us in our Facebook group. We're always doing questions and whatever. We're all there to support each other. I'm so glad you guys joined me today. I hope this has given you a way to show you. I'm going to continue on this video. Hold with me. I'm going to show you a couple of days worth of eating for the first couple of days on how we're just putting this together. And I hope I see you at the end. And I will do a results video, so stick with that. You don't want to miss this. And until then, and don't forget, get all my free stuff down below. Don't forget, it's there. Go get it. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You want to be subscribed. And we'll see you in the next one. Good morning, and we are on our Mary's Mini at day 1, meal 1. And I am just putting together my meal, so I'm going to show you what I'm having. So let's get at it. Again, nothing fancy here. Obviously potatoes. So these are the potatoes I cooked up yesterday. I pre-cooked. Just put them in the air fryer. And I know it sounds really weird, but I like to change the shapes. So sometimes I like them to be in discs, and other times I like them, you know, to be wedges or whatever else, fries. I cooked up some Brussels sprouts this morning, and I am going to slather my cheese sauce all over my Brussels sprouts, because there's nothing better than Brussels sprouts with cheese sauce. And that's what I'm going to start with. If I'm still hungry, I will have another plate. But this is how simple it is. But this is a hefty plate of food. It's going to fill me up. All right, so I'm ready for my next meal, and I am going to make my mashed potato fries. And this is like one of my favorites to make. So we're going to just take our mashed potatoes out of our container. Nothing too difficult. And then I'm just going to slice them. They're somewhat delicate, and then I'm just going to put them into my air fryer basket. I do have a piece of parchment on the bottom. It just makes it easier. Now, we already seasoned these yesterday, so they make it just makes it so much easier. I'm going to make them just a little bit smaller. And that's it. I'm going to throw these in the air fryer till they get all nice and golden brown. And then I'm also going to warm up some of my cabbage from yesterday and my carrots. Put that back in the fridge and meet you back here with everything put together. Okay, so our cabbage and our carrots are warmed up, and our potato fries are all nice and crispy out of our air fryer. I love these because they are soft and fluffy on the inside and then crispy on the outside. So there we go. Meal number 2. And again, if I'm hungry, I'll make more fries, I'll make more whatever. You just eat until you're full. And then if I get hungry again, I'll just eat some more. That's what I love about this. Super simple, and you don't go hungry. You just eat whenever you're hungry. So for an afternoon snack, I'm just having some edamame. I do love to snack on these once in a while. They're green. I could have a bowl of peas or whatever, but I'm just going to do the edamame for now. Okay, for supper, we are going to make our waffle potatoes, or potato waffles. I like to put a little bit of cornmeal in mine, just to help it not stick. Gives a little crunchy outside too. And again, we've already seasoned our mashed potatoes when we made them. I have this waffle iron down below. I love it because you can make 2 at the same time, because you just fill up the first one, turn it around, and fill up the second one. Now obviously I did my potatoes yesterday, so they're nice and cold. And then we're just going to plant these in here and make sure we get it good and full. Okay, and then we're going to close it. And I think I'm just going to have like tomatoes or something with this tonight. I'm not really sure what I'm having, but I'm just going to start with tomatoes and snack on that. So I'll see you when the light turns green. Okay, our waffle's ready. I'm just going to try to get this out gently. Sometimes it breaks. It's really hot, so be careful. There we go. There we go. Now you can put whatever you want on it. I'm probably going to put a little ketchup. We'll see. And then I'm just going to fill up the rest of my plate right now. It's hot, obviously hot here, probably hot everywhere. And I am just going to put some tomatoes, and I'm going to snack on this first. If I want more, you know the deal. All right, so that was day one. You saw how I used the potatoes and what I used in our meal prep. Very simple. It's basically 50-50 plates, just with whatever the grain or the starch of your choice. I hope you guys join me on this Mary's Mini, and let's have some fun.